All right, you guys have asked for it. I'm going to give it to you guys. I have not gotten more comments ever in my life about what my ride impressions are for the SEKA Spear frame set. So in today's video, I'm going to give you guys my ride impressions of this bicycle. By no means am I professional. I've been in the bicycle industry for a very long time. I work on a lot of high-end bicycles that are not in the YouTube space at all. But I want to give you guys what my personal feedback is of this frame, talk about the pros and cons of this bicycle because there are both to it, and hopefully you guys enjoy the video. So right here, guys, is the SEKA Spear RDC, and it's their newest do-it-all bicycle out of the SEKA workshop. They definitely had no expense spared when they teamed up with Aero Coach to go ahead and make this flagship bicycle, but it has definitely come with a premium price tag on there. Full transparency, SEKA did send this frame set out to me for free with the handlebar. The rest of the stuff, like the parts and the wheels, are all on me for the price on there. The bicycle, the SEKA bicycle itself, was a bicycle that I wanted to get my hands on. Being in the YouTube space, one, just being a fan of the bicycle industry, you cannot find a more sexier bike. I want to tell you guys this. This SEKA Spear, the designs, the line, the paint job, everything on this bicycle, it really, really stood out to me. And the first time I saw it in the China show and the Euro show, it's an Eastern brand bicycle company that's out of China that is definitely trying to go ahead and spread its wings to become a more of a household name, for sure. It's a bicycle that people always ask me what my first impression is of this bicycle, and I'm gonna just put it into one word: familiar. And you guys might think that's very underwhelming, but when you're working on bicycles like S-Work Tarmac SL8s, Scott Foils, Addict RCs, Trek bicycles, all stuff like that, it's a bicycle that when you open it up out of a box, you got the premium flagship feel straight out of the packaging, straight out of the extra parts like the handlebars, the through axles, the details on the black through axles themselves, the water bottle cages, the finishing of the threads for the BSA threads, the finishing for the brake surfaces. This is one of the first times I've ever seen where there was no paint on the actual brake surface itself. It was just raw carbon where they went ahead and pre-faced all this stuff from factory and sent it to the consumer. So whether or not you're buying it from a consumer, direct consumer website right to your door, or you're buying it from one of their dealers, which we'll get to in just a second, the installation process was very, very easy to build up. Now, obviously, I'm a mechanic. I know how to build up all this stuff. I did this all myself, but the bicycle was a breeze to build up. But yes, the bicycle itself was highly renowned for the fact of the numbers that came out with it. It was a $3,000 frame set, which included the handlebar and stem, which again is a really good size for handlebar and stem. They give you, I think, 8 different sizes from extra small, small, medium race, large race, and extra large. They give you a ton of different options for a seat post, which are, again, a familiar feeling in terms of a 0 offset or a 15 offset as well, and different lengths. And then different paint choices as well. But the bicycle, when it came out with the claims, they claimed that this frame set weighed 685 grams. And also the warranties on this bicycle was a lifetime warranty by them. But just overall, the impression, the finishing on the product was very, very familiar. All right, now for my ride review of this bicycle. Now, again, like I said, by no means am I a professional. I've just been riding bicycles for a very long time. And the reason why I don't really give ride reviews so much is because I feel like it's so subjective. I have lower back issues. I like a different style of bike. I could maybe like a different aggressive position than maybe some other people do. I feel like it's just so subjective and preference and terrain based. Like my riding routes, if you check my Strava, is just a straight line. I don't have any climbing or descents. We deal with a lot of crosswinds, but if you look at my riding routes, 40, 60, 20 miles, whatever the case might be, I go one way, come back one way. I'm not descending down hairpin corners. I'm not climbing up 12% gradients. So a lot of times I get on a bicycle, I just enjoy it. I don't take out action cameras. I really go out there just to kind of clear my head, and that's it. But again, I've had my fair share of really high-end S-Work bicycles, really high-end Quintana Roos, really high-end Scotts. So I got a decent feel of what a nice bike feels underneath me. On this bicycle, like I said before, the fit and the bicycle ride quality was very familiar. This is an LR, a large race. It fit just like my Tarmac 56 did in terms of the top tube length and also the C-post. I opted in for a 380 long C-post and a 0 offset. And then for the stem, I went with a 110 with a 380 bar. The bars, they flare out to a 400 in the drops and 380s at the top. But again, the bicycle felt very, very comfortable and very similar to my Tarmac SL8. No matter what day I was riding on the bicycle, there was never a time where I felt like I wanted to take out a different bike, or maybe that this bike was lacking something compared to my SL8. This bicycle by all means felt like it would respond when I needed to. If one of my buddies was attacking just for fun on that day when we were just going back and forth, the bicycle had insane amount of get up. It will respond right away. In terms of groups and aerodynamics, obviously if you're in a group ride, you're getting a ton of help from the rider in front of you. But again, by no means did this bicycle feel like it was lacking anything. It felt like it wanted to keep on going. And that was a testament to whatever wheels or while I was riding. One thing I always will say from YouTube is that I noticed that with these Eastern brand bicycles, no matter who they are, they sometimes lack the vertical compliancy. No matter what brand it is, from high end to low end to whatever it is. Whereas the Western brands with these really big name marketing guys like Specialized, like Trek, they really make sure they go after the comfort of the consumer. Whereas the Eastern brands really seem to focus on the stiffness, the race machine, the crit things. Like this bicycle's a weapon, a missile and stuff like that. Whereas the other brands on the Western side, they really do focus on rider comfort. It seems like SEKA Spear has found that. And this is a new saddle that I'm trying out. This is a Berk saddle with a carbon rails and carbon saddle. But my main concern that was going to be really thin and it was going to be uncomfortable to ride. By no means did I feel that. And I think that was a testament to this Wind Eye Circle. They teamed up with Aero Coach, and when they developed this was supposed to help reduce drag and improve aerodynamics. But I also think that this C-post being directly over this also helps out with some of the vertical compliancy to allow a little bit more extra comfort. Now again, like I said, this is all subjective because it can play a huge part into what wheels you're riding, what tires you're riding, and what pressure you're riding. I got a chance to ride the number 6 wheels with a 28 tire in there. I got a chance to ride my Super Team wheels with a 28 tire in there, and then these are the Drive Helix with a 32 tire. I will 100% say that these Drive wheels with a 32 tire were extremely comfortable, and I was riding those at a pressure of 75 PSI. You guys might say that's too much for me, but I absolutely enjoyed it. So by any means, I did not notice anything different in terms of hand discomfort compared to my Tarmac SL8. I didn't notice anything in terms of difference of back pain, shoulder pain, neck pain that I would have on any other bike. The bicycle literally felt extremely familiar and felt extremely premium for what the brand is. So yeah, I would say that this bicycle, in terms of performance, if you order the bicycle, it can sprint, it can ride fast, it can ride in groups. And a little bit about myself, if I'm riding single on the flat surfaces here, I'm about 22 to 24 miles per hour for a 40-mile ride by myself. In a group ride, I can go anywhere from 25 to 28 miles per hour, not the entire time, but obviously rotating through or pulling through on a group. By no means am fast, but here speed continues pretty easily, and yeah. Now for the downsides of these bicycles. I wanted to get into the bicycle price point. It is $3,000. It is a hard sell. When SEKA first reached out to me, they were basically offering me a dealership. They said, hey, we would love to have you guys be a dealer for SEKA in North America, be one of the first ones in North America. But it's $3,000. You're competing against Giant Propel, you're competing against Tarmac SL8 Pro frame, which I have. And to bring this frame set into my store compared to a Tarmac SL8 Pro, that's only $500 more, lacking a bar, obviously, it's a hard sell. Whereas I'm getting the dealer, I'm getting a company I know well for, I'm getting a specialized product that's out there that I'm very familiar with, and obviously the specialized marketing that goes with that bicycle as well. A lot of times people always say, well, why not choose this bike over that bike? It's a great different option if you don't want to be mainstream. I'll say that much. If you want a bicycle that maybe every single person in your group has a Tarmac SL8, every single person in your group has a Trek Madone, you want something different, but you don't want to lack performance at all, this is that option. The SEKA Spear with 100% doubt, you're going to get quality, you're going to get performance, and you're going to get reliability with warranty. I never had to deal with a warranty claim, but they have a great warranty and program right there. But the $3,000 price point definitely is a really on the higher end of the spectrum. Another thing I did not like, but I think the whole bicycle industry is guilty of this, is the weight that they claimed. They claimed that the unpainted frame of this was 685 grams for a size medium. When I weighed my frame, granted it was a brushed silver, it came in at 889 grams. That is a solid 200 grams over of what it was. I think more of these companies should take accountability and just tell the frame what it's weighed at. I mean, obviously the marketing numbers are great, and I'm sure that the unpainted ones are 685 grams, but they're not selling unpainted ones. They're selling finished frames. This bicycle still, to this day, with the paint on there, is extremely light. I don't know, I can weigh it for you guys in just a second, but it's still definitely up there in terms of a lightweight disc brake bicycle that's fully kitted out. So by all means, I feel like sometimes with that, it gives a company a bad rap, especially when the consumer gets the bicycle they've been waiting for months. They get it out of the box, they want to go ahead and weigh it to maybe send to their friends or a group chat, like, oh, what's it weigh, what's it weigh? And then they kind of have this let down of feeling, even though it's not that big of a deal, it's only like 100 or 200 grams in the grand scheme of a big build. But when it's not what it's claimed to be, it always feels like a little bit of a letdown. Their warranty is one of the best warranties I've seen in terms of the Eastern brands out there. They offer a lifetime warranty on the frame, 5-year warranty on the fork, handlebar, and seat post, and 2-year warranty for bottom bracket, computer mount, and spacers, and derailleur hanger and stuff like that. I do not know how they will handle those warranty claims. Like I said again, so that way in terms of like a hard sell, if I was a dealer, maybe I would have a little bit better dealer connection. But even with my YouTube connection with a gentleman I worked with, who was great during the time of that, after the experience of me getting the bicycle and after me doing the videos, it's been kind of quiet. And the biggest things that I've heard from people that have been asking me to do a ride review on these bicycles are people saying, where can I find these? I see on SEKA's Instagram all the time. You guys need to make these bicycles more openly available. You guys need to make these more openly available to the UK area. It's impossible to buy your product. And then I'm even seeing people people reaching out to me personally saying that their deposit that they put on their bicycles are getting refunded. Months have gone by, they have not heard any news about their bicycles, and they're being refunded. And this is not something that's new to SEKA. I think with their older frame, the SEKA Exceed, there's kind of been this murky water in terms of reliability, in terms of like placing an order and waiting for it to come. So just the unknown of when you're getting your product is always up in the air with them. And I've even asked my representative who I worked with about these comments, and I got no response on it. So I will say this, the product itself is amazing, but I think the waiting time up until then is blah. Now I know SEKA's working on direct-to-consumer website. If you go to their website, they're gonna have a mall or a marketplace on there where you can buy it directly from them. I know that there's dealers in place. I think there's a dealer in North America as well. If you go to Instagram, I think it's SEKA North America. You can buy bikes from them. I don't know what availability they have, but again, there are options there. So that's nice. But in terms of my actual ride review on this bicycle, by all means, it is a very, very nice bicycle. And it should be. For $3,000, there should not be a question, a doubt, a hiccup, anything wrong with this bicycle because it is a premium price tag. I think SEKA set the bar really, really high with the finishes, the quality, and the performance of the bicycle. Let's just hope that they can finish out that delivery. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for my review of the SEKA Spear. Thank you guys as always. Sorry I don't have like the fun B-roll and the action shots and going on the bicycle. I just feel kind of lame sometimes going out there. I go out there for fun. I go out for Saturday group rides. I get out for spontaneous bike rides during work days. I'm not like, oh guys, give me a second so I can film this while we ride. And it's not gonna be, I like to go out, if I get able to get out for a group ride or a ride by myself, I want to get an exercise in so I can burn some calories and eat that night and not be like, oh, let me get some filming shots of me, whatever it is. So I need to get better at that for sure. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Oh, one last thing too, water bottle cages are included. They are extremely tight. They work, but getting a water bottle in and out of here, if you're not confident on the bicycle or not comfortable on the bicycle, is a pain in the butt. I, by all means, did not have any issues, but to show you guys an example, here's a normal insulated Camelback bottle. You need to put down some pressure to get inside there. Again, if you're confident, if you're comfortable on your bicycle, you'll have no issues. And that's great because you're not going to ever lose a bottle, but definitely getting the bottle in and out is difficult on there for sure. One last thing, I'll weigh the bicycle just for shits and gigs. So that way we have a good weight on there. These wheels by all means are not the lightest. The tires are not the lightest, but this is with pedals, power meter, 2 water bottle cages, mount, and tires on there. Let's go ahead and weigh this bad boy just for the record. All right, we can see the scale here is 0 pounds. And just so you guys know for Instagram, if you ever see people weighing the scale cockeyed like this, they're completely wrong, okay? They're cheaters. This is my SEKA Spear RDC in a size large race. Pedals, power meter, garment mounts, bottle cages, let's go. I mean, dude, that is a large 56 painted bike. 15 pounds, 8 ounces, 7.03, 05 kilos with a 54 tooth chainring 1x, an 1134 cassette on there, 1,400 gram wheels, 32C tires, garment mount on there. I could throw on some crafts or some number 6 on there, take off 200 grams, and that thing would easily be 6.9 kgs. So by all means, just like I said, SEKA, just give us the weights up front and you have a beautiful bike here. This is one of the best looking bikes out there on the market today. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you guys next video. Merry day.